Have you ever wondered why you have to die? Who was it who designed nature in a way so that your time on Earth is limited? A question that even children will ask themselves stretches beyond the borders of logic for every human up until their end. Because what if there wasn't a distinct mind that holds the answer, that instead lies completely outside of their grasp? Well, if you allow me, let me tell you a story. To briefly introduce myself, I am Radamanth, a god, simply put. One of many. The world in which I live is also your world, but not just that, rather, the all-encompassing everything and the nothingness. This is the stage for gods like I. Here, everything can be created. A meadow, a palace, or a battlefield. We ourselves know neither space nor time and see the future as clear as the past. And you, the humans, were not always mortal. In a forgotten time, you lived in a utopia. You'd call it nowadays. All denizens of your planet were imbued with beauty, health, and vigor. Your lives didn't simply end at some point. Never. Quite pleasant, actually. And here, my story begins. For a divine feast, I had created a majestic palace. Imagine the celebration itself simply as a gathering of colossal proportions. I had selected the appearance of an Egyptian king, and I happened to linger at the lower levels of the palace, lounging at an expansive table and listening to the heady sonnery display. All manners of substances could be sampled here, and it had become challenging to discern which sensation belonged to which substance. It was godlike. The lady across from me was draped in an elegant pleat. Her name was Thelia. We had only known each other in passing, but by now I found it very difficult to avert my gaze. "A peplos?" I asked in her direction, while a chimera placed a tray with all sorts of delicacies on the table. She was gorgeous. Not the chimera, I mean. Although that, too, was my invention after all, but I digress. "I have a liking for Greek fashion," she said. We spent a sinful amount of time in the upper bedchambers of the palace. This woman, it might have just been the moon sugar coursing through my blood, but I had the feeling that I should never allow this lady to part with my lips. And after hours of passion, when we stood together on the balcony of the room, she revealed her true nature to me.
You see this star right there?
This one?
No, in the nebula over there. That one. Wait.
Whoa, you are a sun. That fits you quite well. And then, Thelia showed me Earth from her very own perspective. "I didn't know," I said. "I mean, many have described this planet as exceptionally beautiful, but..." Thelia smiled.
It is my dearest. I give warmth and life to the people, and I enjoy watching them bloom and change.
From then on, we met more and more often. She showed me all the different tides that Earth with all its beings had gone through. And slowly I was growing fond of this blue ball in the void. One time, however, I found her.
Wonderful, those humans, aren't they?
I did not understand. But what's wrong with them?
I mean, look at them, Ra. They have what we have. The humans are alive eternally, but they're not living. There is no passion behind anything they do, not their encounters or their words or their kisses. They don't see how precious any of it is. I don't understand why they're like that. And that will never change. It's devastating.
I know, I softly replied. I really did, and knew I would do something about it. Thus, I descended. I approached the first one I came across and put my hand on their shoulder. Hear me, humans! From now on, you shall be relieved from the burden of eternity, and your inaction shall give way to vivid action and creation. I bring you death, so that you can finally begin to live. And after a moment, a couple of decades perhaps, the humans began to age. Their bodies withered until, as if on my command, they died. And so they would learn to cherish their existence and give meaning and purpose to each and every day until their demise. Just as my lady wished it to be. And I saw it was good. Thelia did not.
What have you done? You broke them. You broke them!
Furious, with bloodshot eyes and frantically sobbing, she hurled anything at me that lay within her reach, making it impossible for me to reason with her and explain my actions. And so, our ways parted. Thelia forever abandoned her place as the sun. I, however, did not turn away. I had fully embraced my role in this great play. Whether I want it or not, I am the end of all. Call me a god, a destroyer, or simply death. Paint me with a scythe in my hand, and fear me until the end of your life. Or just deny my existence and go on living the way Thelia would never have wished it.